Hey there, first grade. You ready to hear what happens next with good old Beezuz and Ramona? All right, well, when we left off, Ramona had decided to throw herself a party and hadn't told anybody. And so all these children came over in the pouring rain to the Quimby's house, and they were not prepared for a party. And so when we left, they were getting ready to have some applesauce together. Mother came out of the kitchen with the plates of Fig Newtons, which she handed to Beezuz. Here, pass these around, she said. I think I better help Willa Jean. Willa Jean knew how to eat with a spoon. The trouble was she had to pick up the food with her left hand and put it into the spoon, which she held in her right hand. Then, most of the time, she was able to get it into her mouth. Ramona, her face shining with happiness, looked at her friends sharing the applesauce. Those cookies are filled with worms, chopped up worms, she gleefully told everyone. Why, Ramona! Beezuz was shocked. They aren't either. They're filled with ground-up figs. You know that. Ramona did not answer. Her mouth was full of Fig Newtons. Beezuz passed the plate to a boy named Joey. I don't like worms, he said. I don't like worms, said the next little girl, who had applesauce all over her chin. Beezuz noticed that Ramona was beginning to scowl. When Howie refused a cookie, it was too much for Ramona. You eat that, she shouted. I won't, yelled Howie. You can't make me. Oh, that sounds like my house. Ramona jumped up, spilling her applesauce on the sheet. She thrust a nibbled Fig Newton at Howie. You eat that, she repeated, as she stepped into the applesauce. It's my party, and I want you to eat it. Howie knocked the cookie out of her hand. Ramona grabbed a handful of Fig Newtons and thrust them at Susan. Eat these, she shouted. Susan began to cry. They're full of worms, she sobbed. I don't like worms. They're pretend worms, yelled Ramona. No, they're not, cried Susan. They're real. You eat these, Ramona yelled, thrusting her handful of cookies at the children, who backed away. Ramona stamped her feet and screamed. Then she threw the Fig Newtons at her guests as hard as she could. My mother won't let me eat worms, shouted a little boy. Ramona threw herself on the floor and kicked. Ramona, stop that. Mother appeared from the kitchen with Willa Jean balanced on one hip. She grabbed Ramona by one arm and tried to drag her to her feet, but Ramona's legs were like rubber. All right, Howie, forward march, Beezuz ordered, hoping to draw attention away from Ramona. No one moved. It was much more fun to see what was going to happen to Ramona. This is my party. They're supposed to eat the refreshments, Ramona howled, banging her heels on the floor. Ramona, you're acting like a 2-year-old. You may go to your room and close the door until you can behave yourself, said Mother quietly. Ramona kicked harder to show that she was not going to mind unless she felt like it. Ramona, said Mother even more quietly, don't make me count to 10. Gasping with sobs, Ramona got up from the floor and ran into the bedroom, where she slammed the door as hard as she could. All right, parade, said Mother wearily. Forward march. Up and down, whistling, banging, tooting, marched the parade. Mother sat Willa Jean down and was just beginning to gather up the dishes and sheets when a car stopped in front of the house and Mrs. Kemp got out. Oh, at last, sighed Mother, hurrying to the door. I've come for Howie and Willa Jean, said Mrs. Kemp, as several other cars stopped in front of the Quimbys. The parade marched into the living room. I don't want to go home, protested Howie when he saw his mother. Oh, the party must have been a success, Mrs. Kemp observed. It certainly was. Mother tried to push the uncurled side of her hair behind her ear and to smooth out her rumpled old dress. I like to play parade, said Howie, but I don't like what they had to eat. Why, Howie, scolded Mrs. Kemp, we must remember our manners. Ramona, her face streaked with tears, came out of her room and stood staring unhappily at her departing guests. When the last child had struggled into his boots, she looked tearfully at her mother. I'm behaving myself now, she said meekly. Mother dropped wearily into a chair. Ramona, if you wanted a party, why didn't you ask me to have one? Because when I ask you, you don't let me do things, explained Ramona, sniffing. Beezuz couldn't help feeling there was some truth in Ramona's remark. She had often felt that way herself, especially when she was younger. Mother, did I do things like Ramona when I was 4? She asked. You did some of the things Ramona does now, said Mother thoughtfully, but you were really very different. You were quieter, for one thing. This pleased Beezuz. One of the reasons she sometimes disliked Ramona was that she was never quiet when she could manage to be noisy. Of course, there are some things that all 4-year-olds do, Mother continued. But even sisters are usually different, just the way your Aunt Beatrice and I were different when we were girls. I was a bookworm and went to the library 2 or 3 times a week. She was the best hopscotch player and the fastest rope jumper in the neighborhood, and she was better at jacks than anybody in our whole school. This surprised Beezuz. She had never thought about her mother and aunt as children before. She tried to picture her school teacher aunt jumping rope, and found to her surprise that it was not very hard to do. Of course, Mother and Aunt Beatrice must have been different when they were girls, because they were so different now that they were grown up. And she was glad they were different. She loved them both. "Did I have tantrums too?" Beezuz asked. "Once in a while," said Mother. "I always dreaded cutting your fingernails because you kicked and screamed." Beezuz could not help feeling silly. Imagine having a tantrum over a little thing like having her fingernails cut. Then Ramona spoke up. "I don't cry when you cut my fingernails," she boasted. "Yes, but you scream when you have your hair washed," Beezuz could not help reminding her. "Ramona," said Mother, "you were a very naughty girl this afternoon. What are we going to do with you?" Ramona stopped sniffing and looked interested. "Lock me in a closet for 1,000,000 years?" she suggested cheerfully. Mother and Beezuz exchanged glances. How quickly Ramona recovered. "Make me sleep outdoors in the rain?" Obviously Ramona was enjoying herself. "Not let me have anything to eat but carrots?" Mother laughed and looked at Beezuz. "I'm afraid all we can do is wait for her to grow up," she said. And when Mother said "we" like that, Beezuz almost felt sorry for Ramona, because she would have to wait such a long time to be grown up. All right, that was my very favorite chapter, but the next one's pretty good too. It's about Beezuz's birthday. So we will start chapter 6 on Friday.